welcome back to my channel. For those of you that do not know, my name is Sai, and for those of you that do know, hey, what's up, what's poppin'? But today's video is going to be a freshman slash high school advice video. I'm not sure which one I'm going to name it yet because the advice that I'm going to be giving applies to all grades, I apologize if there is background noise. That is my brother. I can't do anything about that because he doesn't listen to me, but let's just get into the video. Okay, so I have my notebook here. It has all my notes. This video was supposed to be up months ago, but there was a lot going on and I'm now filming it. Because in case y'all ain't know, we're in the middle of a pandemic, so there's a lot going on. But I'm back and I am giving y'all a video. Hopefully I will be consistent, but we're not here to talk about me, so let's just get into the video. Okay, so I know school is going to look a lot different this year with the virus going on. I know some people are in school, some people are out of school and doing online school, some are doing a mix of both. My school, I don't know what my school is doing. I know we're doing remote learning. I think I heard for a month and then going back in, or we're going back into school in the second semester and doing the first semester online. But for those of you that are in school, my first tip would be to stay out of drama, okay? Drama is not cute. Fighting is not cute. Being in the mix is it's not cute. So just learn to do you, learn to be good by yourself. Know that you may not be for everybody, and that's fine. That's how I am. Everybody, I don't know, I have a lot of acquaintances and everybody knew me in school, but I only had a handful of solid friends, solid people that I can call friends. So it's okay. Even if you don't have any friends going into high school, it's totally normal. Do not feel like, it's odd or whatever, nobody likes you, because that's just not the case. You're just not meant for everybody. So remember that. But yeah, high school drama will really bring you down and mess with your reputation in school, and you don't want that. You don't want to have a bad reputation all because you got caught up with some girl, or if you're a boy you got caught up with some boy. It's just not cute. My second tip would be, do not procrastinate. Get your work done. Study. My study buddy is Quizlet. Quizlet has the answers to everything. Quizlet is literally your best friend in school. Your whole 4 years, that was my best friend, Quizlet. But make sure that you are staying on top of your work. Try to not have any late assignments. As soon as you get an assignment, start working on it, no matter when the due date is. But also set a schedule for yourself, especially if you are doing sports. I did sports, and it really helps to plan out when you're going to work on a certain subject or do work or study for a certain subject. So just be organized and do not procrastinate. That will bring you down too, and I am one of the biggest procrastinators. My next tip will be make friends with upperclassmen. I'm not saying date upperclassmen, strictly make friends with them, because upperclassmen are juniors and seniors, and your intentions will be different from their intentions, whether they're a boy or a girl. They have way different intentions than you might have. They're just trying to, I'm not going to say all of them, but most of them are trying to either get, dirty pictures from you, or get into your pants, so just stay away from them when it comes to dating. But friends, I would say, is okay because they can help guide you throughout your freshman and sophomore years and give you advice, and then you can pass that advice down to freshmen once you're an upperclassman. My next tip would be get involved in school. That includes sports, clubs, volunteering, anything depending on like your schedule, I guess you could say, and what you want to do. Like for me, I want to go to college to become a doctor. And you know, colleges look at what you do in school. So I was involved in volleyball, softball, cross country, cheer, student council. I went on certain field trips that would help get your volunteer hours. What else? In church, I volunteer all the time at church. I've been on the worship team for almost 5 years at church. What else? I was a student leader, a youth student leader. So all of that stuff colleges look at, and I just advise you to get involved inside and outside of school. It will help you in the long run, especially when it comes to recommendations with colleges or whatever you want to do. You know, it will definitely help you. My next tip would be having a good relationship with your teachers and your guidance counselor. They will really help or break your high school years. If you have a great relationship with them, you know, you respect them, they'll respect you too. And it really helps you in the long run, because I created good connections with my teachers and my guidance counselor. So now I'm applying to colleges, and I have, you know, teachers that are helping me with my recommendations and with my essays and with my college applications and with my scholarship applications as well. So it's really good to have a good relationship with them, because if you don't and you plan on going to college, or if you want a job, you have to get recommendations. But if you don't have good connections with those people, nobody's going to recommend you for anything. So everything, you know, falls back on you and how you are towards them. Relationships. I don't recommend relationships your freshman year, mainly because they are a distraction, kind of. It really depends on you and the other person. If you are going to get into a relationship, learn to set boundaries for yourself and the other person. It's good to have good communication, but in my opinion, just from experience, I don't recommend relationships during high school. I don't, you know, if you want to, that's fine. I did, not gonna cap, but you will be heartbroken in your high school years. I don't know which one it will be, but you will be heartbroken. You will find love, you know, you might find your future husband or your future wife, but I guess it all just depends on you and the other person, because boys and girls can really be a distraction. They can really bring you down, and they can also ruin your reputation as well. So if you're going to get into a relationship, just make sure that whoever you are with is not going to bring you down and only lift you up, and make sure that you are doing the same thing for the other person, because however, you know, they may act will reflect on you as well sometimes, and however you act can reflect on them. So just be careful. My next tip would be study for the ACT and the SAT. I know a lot of colleges are going away with the SAT and the ACT, but a lot are still having the SAT and ACT. So I just advise y'all to study now, because I did not study in my 9th grade year or my 10th grade year. I started studying last year, my junior year, and now, but the colleges that I want to go to and the colleges that I'm applying to do not take SAT or ACTs. Well, they don't require them anymore, but I do advise y'all, just in case anything might change, since this is due to the pandemic, just in case y'all might have to take SATs and ACTs in order to get into college or universities, I just advise that y'all start studying now. It will really help you in the long run. Do not wait until you're a junior or a senior and you have to take them. No, it's not going to help you at all. My next tip would be move in silence, okay? Now, do not let's see, not everything that you do needs to be known, okay? Some things just need to be private because people can try to manipulate you or try to ruin whatever it is that you have planned. So a lot of the times it is just best to keep quiet. Do you let people assume, don't give in to haters or anything. If anybody's, talking down on you, you know what's true and you know what's not true. So at the end of the day, it just don't matter because you know what it is. But I would just say keep your mouth shut. Learn what to say, what not to say. It doesn't matter if it's, your closest friend, because even your closest friend could run their mouth. So it's just a lot of things, whether it has to do with school, what you're doing outside of school, or even if it's like personal things. You just have to watch what you say, because not everything is meant to be said to somebody else. So yeah, my next tip would be look for scholarships now. Scholarships, they have scholarships for everything. So the sooner you start, the better it is for you. I just started applying to scholarships my junior year, and I wish somebody would have told me to start applying my freshman year, because you can add up all the money from all the scholarships that you get your freshman year. It's just so much better if you start your freshman year rather than starting your upperclassmen years. So yeah, they literally have scholarships for everything. Even if you're like left-handed, look up left-handed scholarship. There are no essay scholarships. There's plenty of those. There are like foreign language scholarships if you speak another language, or if you have something in your blood like Native American, or anything like that. There's literally scholarships for everything. I'll leave below a link to I'll leave down below a couple links to scholarships where you can find scholarships. Now I'm going to answer a couple of questions that I was asked by freshmen a couple months ago when I was supposed to record this video. But the first one is, what's the best way to stay organized? That's a good question, because I'm not an organized person, but then again I am. I would say in high school to be organized, just set reminders for like when things are due, when you got stuff, when you may have a test coming up. I would also say keep binders. I like binders instead of notebooks and folders because it's more like a 2-in-1. And you have like the little dividers so you can put your stuff where you want it to go. I would say don't do too much with getting school supplies. I know, they give you a list of what you should get, but you're gonna realize that it's more than enough. You're not gonna need all the school supplies that they ask you to get. I'm just letting y'all know that right now. During my sophomore year is when I stopped really caring about school supplies, because they was asking for more than what I needed. Another tip, I guess highlighting, depending on whatever class it is. I like to highlight with my science classes and my math class. Just set a schedule for yourself when you're gonna work on something. When you're gonna study this certain subject, like I said before. How do you maintain a social life even if you're antisocial? I totally understand this, because I don't like talking to a lot of people, but I grew out of that during my high school years. A lot of people grew out of it, so the same might happen for you. But it's very easy to maintain a social life in high school because there's so many people around you. Even if you are antisocial, there will always be, you know, even if it's just one person that you'll have, you know. Your group doesn't have to be, your little friend group doesn't have to be so big. You know, there's nothing wrong with having a small friend group. Like I said, I have a small friend group, and you will not keep the same friends throughout all your 4 years. You know, even if you still talk to them, the connection might not be the same as it used to be when y'all first started out, because you guys found new people, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. You just have to learn to be okay with building new connections and your friends building new connections with other people and moving on. There's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, it will be very easy to maintain a social life even if you are antisocial, because it's so many people around you, so many connections to build, you know, whether they last or not, you know. So is high school hard or easy? It's both, depending on what classes you take. I took all honors classes and one AP class, so my classes, depending on the subject, were easy. A lot of them weren't hard. For me personally, I guess it just depends on you as a learner. So yeah, only thing I found hard, more like challenging, was my science classes. I did not do well with science at all. It was like so difficult for me to remember all the terms and stuff. But the more that you study, the better you will be at a subject. So do not take studying for granted. It will really help you. The next question is, do you get lost on the first day? Yes, you do. It is, you know, it's just a common thing. Everybody gets lost on the first day, unless, you know, you already had a school tour and you just know where everything is. I did that too, and I still got lost on my first day of high school, and my school is small. So last question is, what standards do they set in high school? I'm not sure how to answer this question, but you set the standards for yourself. You really do. Nobody, I'm not going to say nobody cares about you, but everything is your responsibility. You are responsible for how you use your high school years, and I encourage all of y'all to take advantage of it, because, you know, those 4 years go by so fast. So it really is what you make it. So you set the standards. The school is not technically, you know, they're not really responsible for you. You're responsible for yourself. Once you get into high school, it's just like you're a little adult, you know. So you really set the standards. But, you know, of course, there'll be like class rules and stuff, depending on what school you go to and how your teacher is. A lot of teachers do care about their students. Some are just there for the paycheck. So at the end of the day, it's really you, yourself. So yeah, that is the end of this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, please leave a like and a comment down below. And also comment down below what you guys would like to see from me. Since I just finished my last high school course, I will be more consistent, hopefully, with videos and stuff. So if you guys have any ideas, just drop them down below. So yeah, bye. I'll see you guys next time.